Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy humid Monday. It is July 12th.
Glad you're with us. We'll talk to Justin in just a moment and see how the work week is looking weather-wise as that Saharan dust has settled in over our metro area. You know, right here on GMSA 9, we'd like to pass along any interesting little tidbit or nugget when it comes especially to medical news. And there's some new information out. I've always heard that something is better than nothing when it comes to exercise.
Yeah, and here's another reason to get out there and exercise. Headline here saying exercising for just 10 minutes at least twice a week can help prevent Alzheimer's disease.
Regular exercise thought to boost molecules that support the growth and survival of neurons or increase blood flow to the brain.
And so the researchers found that those who carried out moderate physical activity for at least 10 minutes more than once per week had an 18% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease.
That's right. Among the patients who exercise, those who exercise 3 to 5 times per week had a 15% lower risk of developing the brain disease than those who exercise less than that.
So very interesting. I've always heard about, crossword puzzles and, reading, helping in this,
Sure.
for this. But this is interesting about the exercise.
Yeah, different kind of thing. This doctor, I like the end of the quote here, says, even if a person with mild cognitive impairment did not exercise regularly before their diagnosis, our results suggest that starting to exercise regularly after diagnosis could significantly lower their risk for developing Alzheimer's disease.
Very interesting. Let's go ahead and look at today's 9 at 9. The condo collapse search in Surfside, Florida is nearing week 3. The death toll has risen to 90, leaving around 30 people missing in the rubble. Over 14 million pounds of concrete have been removed from the site.
Today, Pfizer will meet with U.S. health officials to discuss offering a third dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. This as the Delta variant pushes some hospitals to their max again, like in Springfield, Missouri, where a 6th COVID ward is open, a measure not taken since the beginning of the pandemic.
Relief is in sight for millions in the grip of a scorching heat wave. Temperatures rose to record highs in at least 3 western states this weekend. Death Valley reached 127 degrees, just shy of the 129-degree record.
More than 300,000 acres are burning across 6 states in the West. 2 firefighters died over the weekend after a firefighting plane crashed in Arizona. The largest wildfire is in Oregon, where nearly 150,000 acres have burned.
Police have arrested a man in connection to the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise. Authorities say Christian Emmanuel Sanon, a Florida-based doctor, hired a security firm to arrest Moise, but the mission took a deadly turn.
The state of emergency is officially in effect for Tokyo, Japan, ahead of the 2020 Olympics. Bars and restaurants will remain open, but fans are no longer allowed at the Olympic Games.
Ex-Nickelodeon star Drake Bell will be sentenced today after pleading guilty to attempted child endangerment. Bell's accused of sending inappropriate messages to a 15-year-old. He faces up to 2 years in prison.
Richard Branson making history over the weekend, becoming the first person to travel to space in his own spaceship. The billionaire hopes his company, Virgin Galactic, will soon start flying paying customers on similar trips.
You may notice a thick haze across the city today. Tons of Saharan dust is making its way to San Antonio. Those with respiratory issues should stay indoors, and that's today's 9 at 9. So people are dealing with that, and also some people are dealing with the mold in the air.
The mold's been just ridiculous lately. Justin is here to take a live look outside with Lycan. Yeah, no doubt about it. Look how dusty that shot is, Justin.
Yeah, hazy. We've got cloud cover, a little bit of dust. You guys mentioned the mold. I've got some good news in that department. I'll show you that here in just a second. First, though, let's start with temperatures. We're sitting at 79 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Dew point is at 73 and southerly winds at about 9 miles per hour. There is actually a little bit of rain on the radar, too. So we're going to put some rain chances in there. They're very small here in San Antonio. As you go north, those rain chances do come up just a little bit. If you're watching us in the hill country, a little better chance of some showers and storms today. We'll make it up to about 90 degrees. It'll feel warmer than that because we have so much humidity in the air. Let's look at the radar. And it does look fairly busy, but I think most of that activity you're seeing to the north of us stays to the north of us. Some pretty hefty showers and storms across the northern parts of Valverde County, north of Fredericksburg. Some of these will, again, sink a little bit further south. And as we look a little closer here around Junction, there is some rain. And some of that activity is trying to work into Edwards County. Here in San Antonio, it's just cloud cover, mostly cloudy. Look at the pollen count. I mentioned the good news here. Molds at 370. They've dropped off significantly, but if it's not one thing, it's another, as we say, because that dust is here, and that does cause some issues in the allergy department. Temperatures today, again, around 90 degrees, about a 10% chance of rain here in town. Some more rain chances, small rain chances tomorrow. We'll detail that coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you very much, Justin. Checking the roads with TransGuide. 35 at Cesar Chavez, no problems. FM 725 further up I-35 right now, no problems. And there's 35 here in the downtown area, upper and lower level at Flores.
The capital murder trial of Otis McKane is scheduled to begin in a few moments inside the Bexar County courthouse.
He's accused of killing SAPD detective Benjamin Marconi back in 2016. It's a case we'll be following very closely here at KSAT and KSAT.com. This is Bexar County's first death penalty case in 5 years. Just a while ago, we watched officers escort the Marconi family to the courthouse. In November of 2016, Marconi was sitting in a patrol car outside of SAPD Public Safety Headquarters downtown, writing someone a ticket when someone in a black car pulled up behind him.
That's when he was shot. There was a massive manhunt for the shooter, and a tip led police to arrest McKane 30 hours later.
Again, the trial is scheduled to begin at any moment. We do have a crew in the courtroom right now, and we'll bring you updates as the trial proceeds forward. We have some late breaking news we're following right now. Police looking for two suspects who stole a car at gunpoint this morning at an apartment complex on the city's west side.
Sarah Costa is at the 2500 block of Westward Drive near West Military and U.S. Highway 90 with what police know so far.
Good morning. Police are processing the scene and interviewing witnesses after 3 shots were fired during an aggravated assault this morning. Police say they were called out to the Westwood Plaza Apartments in the 2500 block of Westward Drive around 7:30 this morning. The sergeant on scene told us 2 men went up to another man at the complex parking lot, threatening him with the gun and stole his Dodge Avenger. While the suspects were driving off, they fired their gun 3 times. No one was hit or injured. 2 of those shots hit surrounding vehicles in the parking lot. Police spotted the suspects in the stolen vehicle not too far from the complex at Loop 410 in Bandera. They had their Eagle chopper up, but the suspects sped off, and police say they lost sight of the vehicle. Police say they continue to search for those suspects this morning. Keep it here on air and online for the latest on this investigation. From the west side, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Top stories we are following today: an overnight rollover crash on the city's north side sends 2 men to the hospital.
Happened just after 3 this morning at 281 and Bitters. That's where police say a vehicle came off the freeway overpass and rolled over. The driver was unconscious when first responders arrived on scene.
He was taken to the hospital. His condition is unknown at this time. The passenger was also taken to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. No word on what caused that crash.
Still a lot of questions right now following an overnight shooting on the west side.
It happened just after 11 last night in the 2000 block of South San Jacinto Street, just west of I-10.
That's where police say they found a 29-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the leg. He says he was just walking his dog. He is expected to be okay.
Officers believe the man may have been dropped off in the area after he was shot because he does not live nearby, and there were no witnesses to that shooting.
In your morning headlines, a huge fire burning up in Northern California.
A guy in Louisiana just decided to take a leap off a bridge, and it almost cost him dearly. David Sears is here to explain all of this.
Good morning, David.
We have an audience participation portion of the show as well.
We do.
Okay.
We do. So
we're ready.
So
Yeah.
get ready for that. But first, we're going to start in California with a couple of wildfires burning in Northern California. This video is of just a few of the firefighters on the front lines. You can see the wind is just whipping around. It is so bad the firefighters are actually forced to take cover inside their transport bus. There he goes, getting in it. This fire is burning on the California side of the California-Nevada line north of Reno. The 2 fires are right next to each other, called the Beckworth Fire Complex. You can see the flames through the window now. Look at those flames. Unbelievable. Just getting bigger as time goes on. The fire has consumed nearly 83,000 acres. Saturday morning, it was 55,000. That tells you just how fast this complex is moving. It is only 8% contained. It has jumped a major highway, US 395. They had to close that down, parts of it, for some time, and some people have been told to evacuate. An excessive heat warning has been issued for the area until at least tomorrow night. All right, so just watch this guy for a minute, and then you can decide what words you want to use to describe this move. Yeah, I have a choice of a few words, but I won't influence your decision. You just go with what you think is right there. His name is Jimmy Jennings. This happened in Louisiana last Friday. There was a huge pileup on I-10. Traffic was stopped on the highway. So while he was just sitting there, Jimmy had this idea: I'll jump into the Atchafalaya River. A move he has lived to regret. The key there is he actually lived to regret that move.
Jumped off the bridge, and when I hit the water, my shoulder went up and kind of hurt my shoulder, but I started swimming. And I couldn't get back to the bank because the current was way too strong. I stayed in the water for probably about, I had a watch on, I looked at it probably about 2.5, 3 hours. Thought I was gonna die, but God saved me. And he got back, finally all the waters went still, and I went back, I was able to get back onto shore. And it was pretty crazy, me getting back to shore.
Yeah, it took nearly 3 hours to find him when he got back to shore. Wildlife and fisheries agents got involved. You can imagine how upset deputies were with Jennings and that stunt. Happy he is alive, but something he shouldn't have done. He's going to have to pay for it. Jennings reportedly charged with criminal mischief and criminal trespassing and a hurt shoulder. All right, let's take it to northern Michigan. This is the region's national cherry festival, and this ride ain't no bowl of cherries. The bucket is supposed to go around like a clock, but for some reason, the ride started lifting off the ground. You can see it just picking up right there, and you can see a bunch of people actually run over, get up on the rail, and they're trying to hold that ride down to keep it from flipping back into the water. The operator finally got the ride stopped. Everybody got off. The good news, no one hurt. But now it's time to figure out what exactly went wrong.
Obviously, there was a malfunction. We don't know as of yet what it was. The ride has been dismantled. It is gone, and it is on its way back to the factory. The company that makes it is in Ohio, and it's on its way down there for them to figure out what happened with it. Was it a malfunction? Was it a computer glitch? We don't know. We're just not sure what it was.
I hope they can figure that out. All right, I've got a little silver lining in that disaster that happened in Florida. Meet Binks the cat. Binks lived on the 9th floor of that condo that collapsed in Surfside, Florida. That cat ended up at the Kitty campus. The co-founder posted a picture of Binks on Facebook, and sure enough, her owner came to shelter and confirmed Binks was her cat. So a wonderful reunion. So something good to come out of that total disaster out there in Florida.
That was the one that was firefighters had to use a crane or something to get food and water to.
Yeah.
And then when they demolished it, they're like, well, that cat's probably not going to make it.
And they put a lot of water and a lot of bait out for all kinds of animals, hoping that they could attract these animals so they could get them and get them to a shelter and hopefully get them back with their owner, like that right there.
Like, thanks.
That's
great story.
Thanks,
Thank you, David.
All right.
Right now we're at 9:10, about 78 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
We are kicking off a week-long segment with the goal of keeping your kids safe this summer. Today, we are talking about river safety with a local pediatrician, so it may be helpful tips ahead.
Police searching for suspects after a home break-in is caught on camera. Hear from the victim on how he defended his home and why he wants the suspect behind bars so bad.
And good morning, I'm Max Massey. We are here at BCSO headquarters, and the newest numbers in terms of emergency calls, crimes for BCSO, they have just been released just minutes ago. We're going to break them down with the sheriff right after the break.
And welcome back. It's about 9:15. The latest calls for reports on responses by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is in.
Max Massey joins us live from BCSO headquarters downtown. Max, these numbers came in just moments ago on this report. What was the reaction?
Good morning, guys. Well, the reaction was a little surprising. They say that the increase in numbers, they're actually telling me that it's an indicator that more and more people are able to call 911. We're joined here with Sheriff Javier Salazar. So kind of break that down. You said the two things that you guys are looking for the most: domestic violence and child abuse.
Yes, we're fully expecting it to rise even more so than it already has. You know, during the pandemic and even now, a lot of the victims are sheltered still in place to a certain extent with their attackers, with the perpetrators. And so we're fully expecting that as things continue to open up, people continue to go back to work and outcry, children begin to go back to school and outcry, that's when we're going to see the numbers spike of what's physically going on right now and has been for some time.
And now just looking at the numbers that were just released a few minutes ago, we saw an increase in the 911 calls and the emergency 911 calls up 13.55% and 19%. Is that the indicator of people reaching out to you?
Absolutely. I mean, we see that going up. What we're seeing more of on the street, we're seeing more violent crime, and we are seeing a lot more guns. I mean, it's dramatic.
Now, one of the numbers that kind of jumps out to me, the 318 for mental health.
Yes.
You guys have a new program for that.
Yes. Our SMART team, our multidisciplinary team that pairs deputies, mental health deputies with paramedics and with mental health workers. They're a great proactive team that's out there, handling calls for service that typically would have been handled by a deputy. We're seeing them take some of those calls off our hands and handling them more appropriately than even the best intentioned law enforcement officer could.
Now, you watch the news, you see this idea of higher crime across the country. We're seeing a more than 4% increase, at least in the call numbers.
Yes.
Are you seeing that here in San Antonio and here in Bexar County?
We are. Calls for service are up almost 5%. And that's a great thing that people are calling us to let us know these things are going on. Numbers wise, we're always recruiting. We're always hiring. We have a career fair going on this weekend, but we're trying to bring more better qualified people into the sheriff's office.
All right. Now, the sheriff just alluded to that recruitment, the career fair. We're going to be talking about much more of that. The reason for it right up at 9:30. We'll check back in with you guys. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Right now, we're checking in with Justin Horn, and if you were out of town for the weekend, you may have noticed a different haze on the horizon over South Texas.
A little bit of dust. We had 8 days of rain, guys, which was nice, kept temperatures down some, and now we're going to deal with some dust that came all the way across the Atlantic. We deal with this every year, and this isn't a big plume, but it does make some people sort of sick. You can deal with some allergies. So let's look at where we are right now with this dust. Pretty thick there along the Texas coast, and this is starting to spread into most of Texas. We'll put this into motion here, and this is 7 o'clock tonight. We're still dealing with some of that dust coming through. I think we're probably going to deal with it tomorrow, too, although it starts to lighten up just a little bit, and I think by Wednesday and Thursday, we can say goodbye to the dust. That being said, as we get into Friday, another little plume tries to work in, so maybe a little bit hazy next weekend as well. We'll keep you posted. But yes, that dust is around. We have quite a bit of cloud cover this morning, too, so it's hazy all the way around. I wanted to show you these stats. This is a look at temperatures, what we've seen so far in July. We were at 79 back on the 9th because we had cloud cover and rain. 80s last couple of days. We're forecasting 90 today and tomorrow. Look how that compares to where we were exactly 1 year ago. We were dealing with triple digits. It was 107 on the 13th of July last year. So we are doing much, much better temperature-wise. Now, it's awful humid, but all this cloud cover and rainfall has really kept the temperatures down. Our forecast today is 90. We'll feel like it's 96 out there, thanks to all the humidity in most of Texas, dealing with 80s and 90s. Vastly different from what we were dealing with 1 year ago. Outside right now, mostly cloudy, and temperatures sitting at 79 degrees. Southerly winds at about 9 miles per hour. And temperatures 79 in Braunfels, 73 Bernie Stage, 76 in Rio Medina, 80 right now in Castroville. A few 80s down to the south as well, but nothing that's overly hot. The humidity, though, is certainly high. Mid-70s. That doesn't change. There's a lot of moisture in the soil. It's going to stay humid all week. And once we ramp our temperatures up a little bit later in the week, we will be talking about heat index values getting back up close to 100. The other big story today, a little bit of rain up across the hill country, seeing some storms up there, some redevelopment of storms, and then some activity out to the west. Most of this is staying out of our viewing area for now, but we're going to watch it because if it does put out some outflow boundaries, certainly areas in the hill country could see some chances for rain today. And I think even as far south as San Antonio, there is a potential for a couple of showers today. This model doesn't show much, but just based on what we're seeing on the radar right now, certainly can't rule it out. As we get into tomorrow, maybe a little bit better chance for some showers and storms. It looks like the data dropped out there, but it does show that we'll get some isolated stuff on Tuesday afternoon. Rest of today, temperatures climbing into the upper 80s, close to 90 this afternoon. I think mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies, and there is a 10% chance of rain here in San Antonio. You go north, those rain chances do go up a little bit. The extended forecast. We're going to go with 90 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain, and then just a 10% chance Wednesday, Thursday. By the time we get to the end of the week and the weekend, temperatures do start to ramp up some, still below average, but that heat index gets up close to 100 by Saturday and Sunday, guys.
Ouch, heating up just in time for July. I guess it's supposed to be that way.
It's been a good July so far. We'll see how the end of July looks.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Yep.
About 9:21.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9, a home invasion caught on camera. Police are still searching for those suspects. We're going to hear from the homeowner next. And welcome back. It's about 9:25 right now. You're taking a live look at the trial of Otis McKane. Of course, he is accused of murdering San Antonio Police Detective Benjamin Marconi. And there's a look right now. We are told that this trial has not started at this time.
You're again looking live. This is the 379th District Court. Judge Ron Hill presiding. And right now, the big discussion this morning was what you are seeing right now, this live stream. The defense and prosecution both had to agree to it, and Judge Ron Hill has agreed as well, apparently. That's why we are seeing the stream. We're hoping to proceed with it for the duration of the trial. Let's listen in for just a moment and see what's happening in court. All right, it sounds like we are waiting on the jury momentarily. We have a crew live again. We are going to live stream this trial as much as humanly possible until we hear otherwise from the court. But right now it appears we have a green light to proceed with live stream coverage here of the McKane trial in Judge Ron Hill's court, the 379 down at the Cadena Reeves Justice Center.
And moving on to our next story, caught on camera, 2 men accused of trying to rob the San Antonio home of a man and his elderly mother at gunpoint can be seen moments before the crime.
It happened in the 400 block of Porter Street on the southeast side. The victim, who was pistol whipped, tells our Jaffney Gray he wants the suspects caught for the sake of his mother.
I was finding this. He told me, "Give me your money, mother."
Adrian Hernandez reliving a scary experience that happened around midnight Saturday. San Antonio police say 2 suspects captured here on Hernandez's surveillance video entered his home in the 400 block of Porter Street.
He opened the door and he went inside. In that door, it was locked.
Hernandez says he was getting out of the shower when he realized the men were inside.
Starting point me, he hit me with a pistol.
He said he then ran to his bathroom.
I closed the door. He was banging the door. When he let go the door, he shoot a pistol.
Hernandez said as soon as the door opened, he noticed another man sitting in his bedroom chair. That's when he started to fight.
I was fighting with him. I was bleeding when the first hit with a pistol.
At the time of the home invasion, Hernandez said his now ex-girlfriend, sister, and his mother were there. Both he and his mom sustained injuries.
Does it hurt still? Yes, I got a lot of pain and my brain is going ba-ba-ba.
The 2 masked men left empty-handed. Hernandez said he believes his ex set the entire thing up, but that has not been confirmed with police. He said while he hopes everyone involved turns themselves in, he will be working closely with his lawyers and investigators to get them off the streets.
Are you scared?
No, I am not scared. I'm scared for my mother, not for me.
And again, that was our Jaffney Gray reporting. Police have not confirmed if the victim's ex-girlfriend was involved or not.
2 suspects are still at large. They're asking, authorities are asking anyone with information to please contact San Antonio Police. There is more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Our KSAT Kids Summer Safety Week kicks off today, and we are talking about river safety with a local pediatrician after the break.
And checking the roads right now, I-10 at Frio looking great. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Summer is a kid's favorite time of year because it means getting out of the classroom and into the outdoors.
But summer also carries a lot of danger for kids. That's why every day this week we will be meeting with a pediatrician from the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for our KSAT Kids Summer Safety Week.
Now, the goal is to help parents avoid a trip to the emergency room. Today we're focusing on river safety, and for expert advice we're joined by Dr. Morgan Beebe. Good morning. What is the #1 thing parents should know about river safety?
I think that a really big part of river safety is understanding that unlike a pool where toddlers are actually at increased risk for fatal drowning, on rivers and open bodies of water, it's actually our teenagers who are at increased risk of fatal drowning.
And how do you know if your child is old enough to have their own tube?
This is tricky. There's no official American Academy of Pediatrics recommendation about what age really makes a child safe for being in a tube. Some really good keys to whether or not your child might be old enough or big enough is if they're sitting in the inner tube and their bottom is touching the water and they can get the crook of their elbow and the crook of the back of their knee over the tube. That's a good sign that they actually do fit in the tube appropriately. And further, because they're out on an open body of water, they should always have a life vest on because that tube is actually considered a vehicle in the water. So they should be developmentally appropriate to swim even with the life vest on, and also communicate if they feel like they're stuck or that they can't get themselves out of the tube.
Why are rivers so much more dangerous than a pool or a water park?
Yeah, that's a great question. So pools, they're a little bit more of a controlled environment. You can see all the way to the bottom. You know exactly how deep that pool is. And most of the time there's a lifeguard on duty who is also looking over everything that's going on. You have better access to your bag that has your water and your sunscreen, hats, things like that. Whereas out on the river, it's an open body of water and it's an uncontrolled environment. It's a bigger body of water where you're not around your supplies and, your sunscreens and your waters and things. So there is a much greater risk of things like rip currents or creatures getting a hold of people. You can't always see to the bottom and there's an increased risk of infection or getting hurt. There's not as much supervision either. So unlike being at a pool, there is an increased risk for dangers that are lurking.
But if you are headed to the river, what are some helpful tips for parents who might be planning a trip there with their kids?
Yeah. So preparation is key, right? Making sure that you have an inner tube that is going to appropriately fit your child, or that if you do have a baby, we don't recommend bringing infants and toddlers in their own tube or in a tube at all. So making sure that you have water that is in a bottle that you can bring with you, that you have your hat and your sunscreen or a waterproof backpack, making sure that if they have a whistle, that's a really good way of making sure that they can communicate with you from far away. And also, please, please, please always have a life vest.
All right, local pediatrician Dr. Morgan Beebe, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks. And taking a look outside with live cam, there's a hazy shot there of downtown San Antonio.
Hazy, cloudy, we got dust, clouds. It hasn't been all that easy to go tubing as of late because we've had so much rain and cloud cover. It will improve if you're wanting to head out to the river this week. We're going to get some warmer temperatures, some clearer skies. Not the case, though, right now. We do have mostly cloudy conditions, and we're watching a couple showers off to the north. Most of this activity is going to stay to our north. But if you're in the hill country, expect a couple showers today. We're still watching a few showers north of Fredericksburg and then up towards the Austin area and then back out west of Del Rio. A little closer look at that stuff in the hill country, mostly dying down. If we get some outflow boundaries floating around today, though, we could get some redevelopment. Here in San Antonio, it's just mostly cloudy and temperatures sitting in the 70s right now. We are going to see some of that Saharan dust today. Showers generally to the north. Some isolated showers and storms do return tomorrow. And then just a stray shower or two Wednesday and Thursday. Really a drier, warmer forecast. For us today, up around 90 here in town. Just a 10% chance of rain. And we'll get a good south-southeasterly breeze, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Let's look out with TransGuide this morning. There's Loop 410 at Jackson Keller. Things are moving right now.
And don't forget, we are live streaming the Otis McKane trial right now on KSAT.com and also the KSAT TV app. We're checking back in now with Max Matthews over at the Bexar County Sheriff's Office this morning.
Max, you told us earlier in the show that they were having a recruitment event.
That's right, guys. There is a big push for recruitment here, trying to hire hundreds and hundreds of people joined here with the sheriff. So what is the reason for this recruitment? Well, we're trying to hire a couple hundred people, and here's the reason why. We're dealing with several things that every other major law enforcement agency in the country is dealing with. Retirement tsunami. All the officers that got hired in the early 90s are now retiring. And additionally, we're fighting against a millennial mindset. Millennials don't necessarily look for a 20, 30-year career. They're just kind of here for right now. So we have to recruit them a bit differently. We've got different benefits, but most importantly, $2,000 signing bonus that we've got going on right now.
On behalf of my generation, that hurts a little bit. So we took a look at the crime numbers earlier in the show.
we see an uptick in violent crime. You said that guns are a big problem, domestic violence, child abuse.
Right.
Is that kind of also factored into the recruitment?
It absolutely is. I mean, that's why we're trying to get more folks into the agency. But aside from that, we're being a little picky on who gets into the agency. The days of just hiring anybody with a pulse, those days are long gone, and thank God for it. So we're being selective, and so we're looking to attract several hundred folks so that we can get the best of the best in this uniform.
All right, so the event this coming week.
Yes. The 17th. It's a Saturday. It's at Tri-Point YMCA, 3233 North St. Mary's, right there at St. Mary's and 281. We're testing at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. So come ready to work out because you'll be taking the written test and the PT test there that day.
And you were telling me earlier, you're looking to hire a couple hundred people, but you are going to kind of weed some people out.
We are. We're going to weed a lot of people out. I mean, not everybody makes it for obvious reasons. Because we're looking for so much accountability these days, we've got to be careful about who gets in. And so, come on out, apply, $2,000 signing bonus, tuition reimbursement, great benefits, great insurance. And so we'll be there to tell all of our interested applicants everything they need to know about employment with the Sheriff's Office.
All right, Sheriff Javier Salazar, thank you so much. And guys, if you have any questions, we're going to have all this information. Just head to KSAT.com. Mark, Stephanie, back to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Max.
Thanks, Max. Time now is 9:38, about 79 degrees right now.
You're watching GMSA at 9.
And who has the best taco in San Antonio? And what would San Antonio look like if it were a part of Inception? Those stories are on KSAT.com right now. A closer look after the break.
I still don't understand that movie.
I don't either. And welcome back. It's about 9:41. We were taking you to look at a live look at the trial of Otis McKane. He's accused of killing Detective Benjamin Marconi. This is the beginning of opening arguments happening right now.
Let's listen in for about a minute.
Left to live. You'll hear that about an hour or so, hour and a half or so later, that this defendant, Otis Tyrone McKane, comes up to police headquarters. You'll see video of that. You'll see the defendant. You'll see the vehicle. It's a black Mitsubishi with distinct aftermarket rims. Make a lap around the police department. The police department is located at 315 South Santa Rosa, just 2 blocks from here. And they have cameras on the outside of the police headquarters. And you'll first see the defendant's vehicle around 7:41 a.m. And he makes a lap. You'll see him on Urban Loop, which is the street directly behind police headquarters. He makes a lap around, full circle around police headquarters, and ends up parking in the Bill Miller's parking lot, which is directly behind. It's an employee parking lot, which is directly behind the headquarters. He gets out of his vehicle and he approaches the doors of the police department. You'll hear from Kevin Wilkinson. Kevin Wilkinson is a service agent who works for the San Antonio Police Department. He is working the information desk, and you'll see pictures of that information desk, but he's working there, and the defendant comes to the buzzer and pushes the buzzer and wants to come in. Kevin.
All right, we have to break away now, but you are listening to a portion of the prosecution's opening arguments in the trial of Otis McKane taking place in the 379th District Court. We do have a crew there, and due to an arrangement with the court, prosecution and defense, we are live streaming right now, KSAT.com and on the KSAT TV streaming app.
And a 1 in a million swing after a teen's golf ball is struck by lightning. And San Antonio and Austin go head-to-head this week in a big taco battle between the two cities.
Almost a taco war. RJ Marquez joins us here in the studio with a look at some of the stories that are trending on KSAT.com. And that one has to be up there, doesn't it?
Both of them, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, the Taco Rumble, which we're going to talk about, taking place this week, and that golf story, that is unbelievable video.
I saw it, but I didn't know it was here.
Yes. Yeah, I know. We have the story here. It's pretty good stuff. here. Okay, well, first of all, guys, let's start with this story here. Have you guys ever seen the movie Inception? I know you said Mark is a little confused.
Yes, we still try to figure this one out.
I was paying attention this time, too.
Yeah, a very confusing movie. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, Chris Nolan, Tom Hardy. So it's a dream world movie. It's kind of like a dream within a dream. And if you've ever wondered what our skyline would look like in the film, then you'll definitely want to check this out. So in honor of the film's 11th anniversary, travel website nextvacay.com imagined what the Alamo City and several other cities would look like in the Inception dreamscape with some mind-bending pictures and video. So here we have the San Antonio version right here. You can see that the skyline appears to be bent as it's sort of sliding down a cliff. So the image also features Tower of the Americas and the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center on the edge. So the website has 11 U.S. cities in the dreamscape. We have this story on our website, KSAT.com. Yeah, look at this again here. So basically, if it were just to completely fall off right there at the Tower of the Americas, pretty crazy stuff.
That is pretty crazy. Well, at least the tower is,
still
looking
there,
where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's interesting that we made the cut of those 11 cities.
Right, yeah. So pretty good, as far as our skyline, kind of a nice little mix there.
And don't feel guilty if you Google what happened in Inception, because it's going to come right up. It's a popular search topic. It has been for years. What, 11 years now?
11 years now, yes. It's still, a confusing movie. But, all right, guys, moving on. So we were talking about this taco throwdown taking place this week. So I guess it's just another chance to show San Antonio's superiority when it comes to tacos. Yes, this Thursday, H-E-B is hosting the Taco Rumble. So 8 San Antonio restaurants will take on 8 Austin restaurants to determine which city has the best tacos. So tickets are being sold for the event, which will take place at the SB. That's the old Sunset Station building, and guests will get to vote to figure out the final score. So this isn't just breakfast tacos. I know that's been a whole thing between Austin and San Antonio. There's birria tacos, puffy tacos, brisket. We check out the full details on KSAT.com. This is always an ongoing issue between the two cities.
Yeah,
we're so close.
Yeah, I know.
It can get a little fiery, can't it?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, guys, so sticking with the food theme here, San Antonio, pretty good city for foodies, and now local spots getting some statewide recognition. So business jet traveler named Moondaughters at the Thompson Hotel as the second best restaurant in the state. The site compared Moondaughters to an establishment you might see in LA, other big cities. So Jet Traveler recommends the hazelnut and lemon butter octopus, and it's all part of its Mediterranean cuisine. The restaurant is also located on the rooftop of the hotel and gives basically guests an opportunity to see a great view of the city. You see right there. Have you guys been to Moondaughters?
I have not.
I have not, but I read the article this morning, and that's just one of several dishes that are really intriguing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I have not been there. Definitely need to check that out. Okay, guys, so Thompson Hotel, Moondaughters getting a lot of buzz. Speaking of buzz, this story from the weekend, absolutely incredible. So video from a San Antonio teens game at Topgolf is now gone viral after lightning struck the golf ball. So this is all caught on tape. So this happened on May 28th. Thomas Gomez was with his friends at Topgolf when lightning again struck his golf ball. It was flying in midair at nearly 90 miles per hour. Unbelievable video. The group was close to ending their game when it started to rain and storms came through. Thomas said he wanted to take one final swing. It's always that last swing, and asked his friend to record it. And this right there was the result.
Right after the lightning hit, the whole place shook, the lights were flickering, the computers reset and everything.
It could have hit me, it could have hit her, it could have hit any of us. It was actually pretty scary after I was thinking about it for a while.
Yes, scary to say the least. Of course, look, everyone there made it out safe, and we reached out to Topgolf about some of their, protocols there with inclement weather. They said that they wanted everyone to go inside. Obviously, these kids still managed to get that swing there.
See, the dad in me is like, okay, everybody inside now. It's not safe out there.
But great video.
Hey, it led to some amazing video, but and I'm glad all those kids are obviously safe.
Yes.
Pretty scary thing, but that's like a 1 in a million golf shot right now.
I know. Memories forever.
And get it on your phone. RJ, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Straight to Justin Horn with more on our forecast and looking at temperature extremes from the last 24 hours, if my vision serves me correctly.
That's correct.
Yes.
And boy, that video, what are the chances a ball that big would get struck by lightning?
Scare the bejesus out of me.
Gosh, that is incredible. Okay, let's talk temperature extremes here. Speaking of incredible, Death Valley got up to 130 this weekend. Yesterday got up to 128. They just keep setting records there. Now, that's not the hottest temperature ever. 134 is the all-time record for Earth, and that was also set at Death Valley. But the numbers this summer have been nothing short of incredible. It'll be hot there again today. More heat advisories are in place. Excessive heat warnings. Heat advisories for the desert Southwest. Las Vegas will be up around 115 again. Death Valley actually probably up around 120. Phoenix 107. So more extreme heat there. They just keep suffering through the heat. And not only that, they got winds, gusty winds. So there is a huge fire threat again. Outside for us, we've got mostly cloudy skies. Really no fire threat here because we have so much humidity in place. 79 at the airport, 82 Stinson, 78 Kelly, 79 at Randolph. And looking at the cloud cover, there is quite a bit. That should keep temperatures from being all that hot today. We still think we'll get up around 90, and there will be some sun, but mostly cloudy at the moment. And temperatures 81 Castroville, 82 Stinson, 75 up there at Bernie Stage, 82 in Gonzales, 81 right now in Del Rio, and dew points, as you might imagine, are well into the 70s. It is going to be sticky, and there will be a heat index today. It'll feel like it's in the mid-90s here in San Antonio, and depending on how much sun we get to the south, it could feel like it's close to 100 in a few spots there. So the heat index, we're going to have to start talking about that again in the upcoming days. Looking at the radar, there is quite a bit of shower and storm activity as you get north of Austin, up there around Waco, Temple, Colleen. That's all moving east. There's been some storms around Bryan College Station and then some storms west of our viewing area. But this is where most of that activity is going to stay. We don't anticipate that it will have much of a southern movement to it. So yes, we could see a few showers here in the hill country, but I think here in San Antonio, our rain chances are actually pretty low. We'll watch what goes on out here. Most of this activity is staying west of Valverde County. The forecast does show maybe one or two isolated showers or storms popping up today, so we will leave in a very slight chance. And as we get into tomorrow, I think we'll have a better shot at some isolated showers and storms. And even then, we're talking about a 20% chance here. Very quickly, too, we got to mention the dust is there. We've had the Saharan dust moving through. You've probably heard Sarah and Katie and Mike talk about it last couple days. It's continuing to move through. I think as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, you'll see the dust let up a little bit. But on Friday, we're thinking we may get another plume coming in. So just a heads up, that's that time of year we are seeing some of that Saharan dust. Temperatures around 90 today, just a 10% chance of rain. Extended forecast, we'll go 90 tomorrow, 20% chance, and then a 10% shot Wednesday, Thursday. By the end of the week and the weekend, though, rain chances generally go away, and we're looking at some warmer temperatures. Not necessarily hot, though. This is still below average, guys.
All right, we can handle that then.
That's right.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
9:52, about 80 degrees.
And what are the ridges on Ritz crackers really for? We're going to show you this fun snack hack. That's next.
Snack hack alert. Ridges on Ritz crackers actually serve a handy purpose. This story on KSAT.com.
Yeah, so did you ever wonder what those ridges were at the edge of the Ritz cracker?
No.
Yeah, well, actually, I thought they were decoration. You know, I didn't think anything of it either.
We all thought that a beautiful scallop design.
Yeah, I was like, that was just the way it was. But no, Ritz took to social media last week and demonstrated a new way to cut the cheese, in a good way, of course, all with just a single cracker.
Company says to simply take a Ritz cracker, if you can hold it together, lay out a piece of sliced cheese and roll it through the edges to cut it apart. In other words, the ridges truly are meant for cutting cheese.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be a thin piece of cheese, though, not a
I don't know about it. I'm gonna try it.
You're gonna try it today.
I'll get back to you.